Planty People, welcome back to my channel, Steady As She Grows. I'm Lorinda. I have an exciting video for you today. It's a plant haul. I kind of went a little crazy this week and picked up a bunch of stuff. So I want to show you what I picked up because I'm so excited about it. So today I went to a little grower in the city of Orange called OC Farm Supply. They sell a bunch of plant starts, flowers. I love their stuff. And they're only open from, I believe, 7 to 1 p.m. because of COVID. And I got there like at 12:30 today. So I was kind of in a rush to look through and get what I needed because I needed to pick up Boston pickling cucumber, some squashes like zucchini squash and crookneck squash, because some of the plants that I started from seed never really thrived. I started some in the ground, they came up, but then they just fizzled out. Some of my seeds never really took, so it's too late. We're already mid-May. I don't want to have to start over with seeds. So I thought, hey, I'm going to pick up some plant starts. Might as well. So what I got there today is what I'm going to go through right now. So first off, I picked up some peppers. I picked up some peppers there last year, and some of my peppers won ribbons in the Orange County Fair. I went there for red peppers today, but they were all sold out. So I picked up some purple bell peppers. I'm really excited to grow these. She said they're really delicious, and nobody's really buying them, and they're only $1.59. You can't beat that. So I picked up two purple bell peppers. What else did I pick up there? I picked up two green bell peppers. I picked up this mystery pepper. I lost the tag. I think it might be a green bell pepper. I'm not sure. Hey, that's what we love about the mystery of gardening. We never know what we're going to get sometimes. It's a surprise. And who doesn't love surprises? This is another green bell pepper. A shishito pepper. I think that's it for the peppers. Okay. I picked up some milkweed today. Let me see if I can pronounce this. Asclepias silky deep red. It's a milkweed. It's for the butterflies. We love the butterflies in this household. And right now I'm looking at them flying all over. So I want to make my garden attract more butterflies. And so I bought them some milkweed because this is what butterflies eat. Now I picked up two milkweed plants, but I want to show you something. I thought I was picking up two different varieties of milkweed plant, but it turns out they're both the exact same variety. But look it, this one is in a gallon container and this one is in a quart. This one was $5, this one was $2, but look, the $2 plant is way bigger than the $5 plant. You gotta really be careful and look at things when you're going plant shopping, because sometimes this is actually the better value. I should have just picked up two of these instead of one and one, because this one is way bigger than this one. And I noticed that sometimes when you pick up plant starts at the garden centers, sometimes there's 6 packs of plants, like 6 packs of tomatoes or 6 packs of peppers, but sometimes those plants will be really big, sometimes even as big or bigger than the single pot plants, which cost more money. So I always go for the 6 packs if they look really good and healthy, plus they're way cheaper. So my little gardening tip. So, tomatoes. This Mr. Stripey actually did not pick up at OC Farm Supply. I got this one at Lowe's earlier in the week. I love Mr. Stripey tomato. It is one of the most flavorful tomatoes I've ever tasted. I grew this last year. I only got a few tomatoes on the plant, but what I got was so delicious. It almost tastes like you were biting into a peach. It was so delicious. It has orange flesh with red striping, hence the name Mr. Stripey tomato. I'm really excited to grow this one again. Now this little start here has 2 plants on it. So I'm gonna separate this out and try to see if I can get the second little plant to root. I can't tell if it's a sucker or a second plant. I think it's just a second plant, but really excited about Mr. Stripey. This plant is a yellow pear tomato. I picked this one up at the 99-cent store. Look at how healthy this is. And I love yellow pear tomatoes. Little plump, juicy yellow cherry tomatoes in the shape of little pears. You can't beat it. And for 99 cents. And there's so many suckers on this thing. Like if I wanted to, I could just snip some of these off and pop them in the ground and get more plants, or put the little suckers in water after I snip them off and let them grow roots. And then once they have roots, you can pop them in the ground too. Or you can just take them off as well. A lot of people like to, just keep it single stem. I usually like to keep 1 or 2 little growing stems on your tomato plants. Okay. Red bell pepper I also picked up at Lowe's earlier in the week. And I'm glad I did because they had no more red bell pepper at OC Farm Supply. I picked this up at OC Farm Supply today. Tomato, early girl. I actually bought this plant for my grandma. Tomorrow I'm going to go take her a tomato plant, some zucchini and cucumber plants for her little, I want to start a little garden for her. She's bored right now. She has nothing to do at home. So I thought it'd be fun for her to try to keep some plants alive and give her some vegetables while she's at it. She loves gardening, but she's older and it's hard for her to get around to do things. So I thought it'd be a good granddaughter and do that for her tomorrow. And she doesn't know I'm coming. I'm going to surprise her. And yes, I'm going to wear my mask. I have a really cool mask with little bees on it. I'll have to show you guys that later. So, early girl tomato, I picked this up today. Okay, next. Oh, look I wanted to show you this. Last week was Mother's Day. Look at how beautiful. My husband and my kids gave me these beautiful mums. I love the way they smell. It's very mild, very earthy. I love earthy smells like gardenia. Not very sweet smells. They're just very organic. I love it. Those are going to go in the ground. Don't know where yet, though. And now some flowers. Look. I picked these up today. This is Portulaca, or Portulaca, however you want to say it. It's like a succulent plant with these beautiful little rosettes. And what I love about this plant is the flowers that it produces are all different colors. It has pink, it has orange, and there's white flowers as well. The leaves are very plump, like little succulents. I really love them. And these are beautiful in hanging baskets and planters, so I think I'm going to put this in a hanging basket. I picked up 2 little flats of these. Look at this. Look at how beautiful this is. This is a proven winner Super Bell, double Calibricoa. Look at the blooms on those. Isn't that gorgeous? I am a sucker for flowers. I just love them. When I see a pretty flower, I just can't say no. It's like an issue that I have, but I couldn't say no to this one. This is a yellow African daisy. I don't know if you can see the label on that since there are no flowers to show you because I snipped them off. Because sometimes I buy flowers and I don't necessarily know where I'm going to put them. So they stay in these pots for a while sometimes. And these pots sometimes need to be watered like multiple times a day. So I already had a bunch of spent blooms that I had to trim off. So that's why there's none here. But I have a purple African daisy in my garden that is just thriving and it's so beautiful. I would love to put a yellow one right next to it. Go Lakers! So that's one. What else did I pick up at OC Farm Supply today? Look at this coleus. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the variegation on these leaves. This is going to go in a hay rack planter that I plan on putting in the front of my house, right in front of my window. So I'm excited to make that when I have time. Too many projects, not enough time. This is a Bacopa, a white Bacopa. This is going to go in a little hanging basket as well. Little white flowers that trail. These have to stay really watered well. Sometimes when they dry out, there's no coming back from the state it's in when it gets dried out. So you want to make sure these always stay really watered. And when you can, deadhead them. Just pick off the little spent blooms and that'll keep it producing more blooms. Or sometimes you just give it a little shake and the little blooms will just fall off. That's easier. Look at this one. This is another Super Bell Holy Moly Calibricoa. Look at the variegation on those blooms. Isn't that so pretty? I couldn't say no to this one. Now look at this one. Look at how beautiful this one is. I don't know the name of this plant. I lost the tag. So another mystery plant. However, I think it might be another Calibricoa, just from the shape of the leaves. But it has these beautiful double petal purple flowers. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't know where I'm going to put this one yet. but I'm really excited to plant it somewhere. Maybe in a basket, maybe in the hay rack in front of my window. I'm not sure, but it's just gorgeous. I couldn't say no to that one at all. And it caught my eye like way in the distance at Lowe's. So, oh, more vegetables for you I almost missed. Cantaloupe, muskmelon, Haley's Best. And this little plant here has 2 plants in it. That's what I love about OC Farm Supply. Sometimes their plants give you multiple plants. Sometimes you get 1 or 2 extra in the same pot. So I'm gonna separate this one out because my cantaloupe plants that I planted didn't do well. They started growing, then they just stopped. So we eat so much cantaloupe in this house. So I'm excited I picked up some of these. This was the only cantaloupe plant that they had there. So hopefully it does well. I think I've planted this one before, Haley's Best. So this is a Italian zucchini squash. I'm gonna give my grandma one of these. But look, it has 3 plants in it. Isn't that cool? So excellent value. I picked up some strawberry plants. These are little strawberry starts and they're really small, but it's okay. I haven't had luck picking runners off of my strawberry plants and putting them in my pots. They just don't take. I have a strawberry tower with a few empty spots, and every time I try to snip off a runner and stick it in one of those empty spots, it doesn't take. I don't know why. So I figured I'd pick some of these up and put them in the empty spots in my strawberry tower because we need more strawberries in our lives. Another crookneck squash, 2 plants in there. Now this is a spaghetti squash, and this spaghetti squash has 2 plants in it, and it's already vining a lot. So this needs to get in the ground like ASAP. I might just plant this right now after this video, but it already has flowers starting on it. But I'm gonna snip off those flowers because I want this plant to put all its energy into its roots so it can get really strong. So I'm gonna snip off the dead. There are quite a few dead leaves and flowers starting. So hopefully this one does well. Only time will tell. What else we got here? A burpless cucumber. Got 3 plants in here. That's really cool. And the last plant for today is Boston pickling cucumber. I love this cucumber. And look, I get 2 plants in this little container. A Boston pickling cucumber can be eaten a couple different ways. You can just slice it fresh, or you can pickle it, you know, to make pickles. Who doesn't love pickles? My favorite way to eat cucumbers is with hummus. And these are so flavorful. I can't wait. I can just taste it already. Well, that's all I have. Obviously, I have a lot of work ahead of me to get all these plants potted up. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Go out and get some plant starts. Even if you have a pot, you can use grow bags. You know, throw some seeds in the ground. Get out and grow something. What are you waiting for? Now is the time. Thank you for visiting my channel. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. Take care. We'll see you on the next one.